It's that time of year again. Today, I'm talking to Joanne Tierney about how you can support our Christmas fundraising campaign and the wonderful outreach and education work of the Irish Chamber Orchestra. Joanne, before we talk about the Christmas campaign, I'm interested to know that the Irish Chamber Orchestra has had a fantastic year in terms of fundraising and development. And I wonder, could you tell me some of your success stories?
Absolutely, and you're right, we have had a really incredible year from a fundraising and development viewpoint in particular. So our 21 in 23 campaign launched to great success again. In January of this year, we had wonderful successes in relation to new funding from the Ireland Funds through their Heart of the Community Fund, the RTE Toy Show appeal for the very first time, which was really exciting for us, as well as recognition from the National Lottery Good Causes Awards as national finalists. And they're just some of the highlights that have been, I suppose, banked throughout the year, and we're incredibly grateful to our existing funders as well as our new funders for their support.
And when we think about funding, what does that actually mean for the orchestra? I mean, to be frank, what do we use the money for?
And a very important question. So depending on the remit of the fund, so for example, with the Ireland funds, they awarded us capacity building support this year to allow for the redesign of our website, as well as the development of a strategic framework for both of our education and outreach programs that would then align with our new 4-year organisational strategy. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we will be able to do things in a much more efficient, strategic manner and have that long-term vision where we will be further engaging with all of our stakeholders and making sure that we're giving them exactly what they need and what they're looking for. So across the board, from our audience members to our beneficiaries, right through to our funders as well.
And what does that mean for the children? I mean, I kind of get it, but just on a very straightforward level, we raise money, we do things much better.
Yeah.
But for the children, what does that actually translate to?
So specifically for the children on a practical level, what that means is that they will each, from the age of 4 up to 12 in our partnering primary schools, they will receive 3 free music lessons weekly. So that involves string instrumental, choral lessons, as well as songwriting lessons. And then that culminates in an end-of-year gala concert with members of Irish Chamber Orchestra, which is always really exciting for them, for the children and for their parents and the wider community as well. And in relation to our youth orchestra with the RTE Toy Show appeal fund, so that has enabled us to maintain relationships with 5 secondary schools, whereby every week we can go in and deliver weekly lessons and also after school rehearsals. We have summer camps as well. So it's a really fantastic way whereby we're ensuring that we're continuing all the time on a weekly basis to engage with both the children and the young people, and doing so in a manner where you're showing up, and it's that very important trust building exercise with the communities that we work with. So they trust us and we trust them. And that's extremely important.
So just to go back to the impact part of the story, could you tell me something else that's really special for you?
One of my very favourites, I actually had pitched to the National Lottery Good Causes Awards judging panel in September. And one of the stories I shared with them was at the end of a Meet the Musicians workshop, where professional Irish Chamber Orchestra musicians went into one of our partnering schools to meet with the children. A little girl at the time, she was about 5, walked up to one of the guys at the end and she tugged on his jacket and looking up at him and she said, "I think you're really good. Well done," And for me, while statistics are really important in evaluation and reporting back to funders, it's really those soft impacts that really is where the impact is made in terms of giving children a sense of significance from a very young age, a sense of encouragement to take up their space in the world, and that element of confidence for that little one to go up to one of our guys and say that, I thought was just really magical. And it is, and it will always be one of my favourite memories, actually.
Joanne, that was such an impactful story. It really shows the value of the work that the orchestra does. And I know programmes like these cost a huge amount of money. As far as I'm aware, around €250,000. Of course, one of the ways that people can support this work is through the Christmas shop. And who better to ask about what's inside the Christmas shop than you?
So we launched on Monday, so we did. And again, we're offering a variety of different ways that people can support Irish Chamber Orchestra, both the orchestra per se and also our education and outreach work. For example, we have Friends of ICO gift vouchers, we have our ticket vouchers, we have our print Christmas cards. They're recyclable, so we're trying to do our bit for the environment. And this year, Jacob Stack has actually created new designs for us, particularly cognizant of the fact that we are an organisation that walks the walk in relation to equality, diversity and inclusion. We also have an animator, Phil Shanahan, creating a brand new corporate e-card. And that's an initiative that is particularly special, Matthew, because I really feel that it showcases, to an extent, Irish Chamber Orchestra, because the orchestra provides the soundscape to each of the cards, but also it enables potential corporate partners and existing funders as well to support our education and outreach work. Also, they're environmentally friendly. So all of those things, it just makes me happy that we're able to showcase the organisation in a particular way and also do our part for the environment.
And when we think about Christmas, what's your favourite part of Christmas?
My favourite part of Christmas, well, I love the fall dolling, as our colleague Margaret Kelly would say, but it's the Christmas dinner. You know, my partner puts a lot of love. I don't cook anything, but I'm very grateful to him for all of the love that he puts into the Christmas dinner for everyone to enjoy, and just getting around the table, sharing lovely stories, and just being grateful for being able to do that.
Joanne, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you very much, Matthew.